Good morning, Tina. You go ahead and you lurk and paint. Howdy, howdy, everybody. Hope you all are having a good Wednesday. Well, hello there, Heidi. Pounce, pounce, pounce. Thank you, Kimberly. Love you, dear. Kimberly, don't know if you heard or saw what I said on Amber's this morning. I'm going to be switching up the yarn I use on that top you sent me the pattern of. I'm going to use a bamboo cotton blend through Premier. Kimberly, I like the colors. The colors better that I found with the bamboo cotton blend. And I'm actually working on 2 projects today. It's a green and a tan. I like green, so that's usually my go-to. The first thing I'm working on is a bit of a baby blanket. It's a very, very lightweight yarn. It's Dottie's through Premier. So I can work on it for a bit, but then it's so thin. I mean, it's real thin. And it starts to bother my hand after a while. So when I need to take a break from it, I'm started another market bag. This is that red and white, uh, love this cotton that I got in that Happy Mail that I showed the other day. I don't have any of Bod's yarn and don't know if I'm likely to get any unless I end up getting gifted some point, but I'm loving that. Love this cotton. That is so, so soft. Good morning, Sassy Mary and Amber. Could and will are 2 different things, Tina. I'm not likely to buy it, though. It I do like it, Amber. It's the first time I've ever worked with Love This Cotton. And that would be something too that I would consider, uh, Kimberly. It's just I mean, I just can't buy yarn right now. Good morning, Tamby. How are you doing today, dear? I am working still on my 3rd cup of coffee, and then have a bottle of water all ready for when that's done. And when I finish up this live, I will probably make myself a tomato sandwich. See if I can find a movie uh later on to watch. Yesterday, the movie I selected was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I shared something yesterday, a little bit of trivia that I didn't realize, as old as I am, I'm 63 years old, and I watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang a couple times a year. The author of the book, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, is Ian Fleming, who wrote all the James Bond books. Good morning, Sandy. How are you? I know how you're doing. You and I've already been talking this morning. My father was big on James Bond. I'm not quite so. There's been too many different actors that have portrayed the character, and to me, James Bond would always be Sean Connery. Why they ever put Pierce Brosnan in as a James Bond, I have no clue. And I don't think Sean Connery was the first James Bond either. I think Roger Moore was before Sean Connery. And I think there might have been one even before him. I'm not positive. Yes, Sandy, he is, but I still like my Sam. Our Sam, I should say, I guess. Seeing as Sandy won't let me have Sam Elliott all to myself. Yes, Heidi, he is. Even as he's gotten older. Right. If I'm going to do stitches here, I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. And Sandy, you're not the first one that I shared Sam Elliott with. Had a friend on Facebook who passed away a few years ago. Her and I both love Sam Elliott. Anytime we saw a new picture of him, we had to share it with the other. So how about some of the rest of you? Who's your favorite actor? I actually never had posters of anybody on my walls. My father didn't allow that. So, you have some favorite eye candy, huh, Mary? Who's that? Occasionally on my Facebook, I'll throw out someone that I call eye candy. Yeah, he falls in that eye candy category. All right, Amber, that just made no sense. You have a cucumber in the fridge, but you're going to reheat mac and cheese. If I had a cucumber, I'd make a cucumber sandwich instead of a tomato sandwich. Yes, he does, Tina. He and Jack Black. Another one I like the look of is Fast and the Furious. Vin Diesel. I have always been drawn to more the rough. I hung out with bikers for so many years. So you get a lot of the rough and scraggly, but I like a rough looking guy. Tina, the dot painting, isn't that what you did on that CD you sent me? Okay, that's what I thought, Tina. I've got it stuck on the front of the fridge, the mini fridge I've got up in my bedroom. The Rock, I can give or take. I also lean towards, like, uh, Gregory Peck, some of the old actors like that. I'm not so much attracted to some of the big stars like Ryan Reynolds and those. Richard Gere. Now that's a sophisticated, gorgeous hunk. But I don't really care for, like, George Clooney. I know George Clooney's a lot of women fan on him. Oh, there I am, good. So many of the actors today just don't seem to have the personality. I like to see their versatility. Oh, I was saying in Amber's Live this morning, a movie that I love is, To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. My ex-husband would refused to watch that movie because Wesley Snipes played a drag queen in it. I don't know, I'm not big on Gerard Butler either. Benedict Cumberbatch, that one's a hard call for me. That is the one thing he's got going for him, Amber, is the accent. Antonio Banderas, I'm kind of on the fence about. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I don't know that one, Amber. Good morning, Catherine. Jump on in with our discussion of who's your favorite actor and who do you think is eye candy? Marlon Brando, definitely Manuela. Love it, Heidi. Love it. Sam Elliott is my absolute favorite, Tandy. And Morgan Freeman is another one who's very a distinguished. All right, give me a second here, Amber, so I can see who's you talking about. Okay. Don't know as I've seen him in much, Amber. I recognize him, but not that picture almost looks like it's almost from a Sons of Anarchy type movie or whatever. And yes, Sandy got me started on Sons of Anarchy the other day. Walking Dead. Okay, that's one I never really had an interest in watching. Yes, Heidi, he can narrate my life anytime. Well, he'd probably fall asleep narrating my life, but that's not a name I'm familiar with, Tina. Doesn't mean I haven't seen him, but the name doesn't ring a bell for me. Yes, Manuela, James Dean. Now let me do a search. Walton Walton Goggins? Oh, okay. Yeah, I recognize the face, but I don't think it's one that Jensen Ackles for a young what I consider a young or relatively new actor. Yeah, he is an attractive one. Blue Diamond Phillips, again, another one I'm kind of on the fence about. No, you go lay down. Attractive, but another one I'm not overly familiar with, Amber. Yeah, Mel Gibson. Tina, are you insinuating I'm old? Oh, Amber. Russell was another one that I was never really attracted to. He's done some fantastic movies. Now, oh gosh, who was that one that just passed away not too long ago that was in Tombstone? Okay, Heidi, enjoy your movie. Val Kilmer. For some reason, Amber, I have a hard time visualizing you watching vampire movies. I watched an older one, not an old one the other day, but called Dracula Untold. It leaned more towards Vlad the Impaler before the Dracula persona. Never got into the Vampire Diaries. Never got into the Twilight series. Now, I did like the movie Blade. I did like those movies. I did like that one, Manuela. I'm not huge on Brad Pitt, but I did like him in that. See, I like the jump scare stuff. The Exorcist is one movie that to this day I cannot watch. That one just really that one really gets me. Same here, Sandy. I wish some of his books came out on Kindle Unlimited. I mean, I know I can get them for Kindle, but I can't afford to buy books. I'm missing so many of my authors that I read. They're available on Kindle. I can't get them. Well, so far I've done 2 rows on this. Well, hello there, sis. How are you today? How are those puppies? Good. I'm glad to hear it, Kimmy. So, Kimmy, who's your favorite actor? We were kind of discussing actors in movies. I really liked him in the Die Hard movies. That's the Bruce Willis I liked. Never got into that show. I never saw Johnny Depp in Jump Street, never watched it. Um, he's another one that I think is pretty versatile. I mean, he goes from playing Jack Sparrow, and then he turns it on to Willy Wonka. Another of his movies that I liked was Benny and June. Christian Bale is one that's I'm kind of on the fringe about. He came out on top with that one, Amber. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. Matthew McConaughey, another one I like. I like Nicolas Cage too, Nick Cage. I never really was much into westerns. To me, it doesn't affect his acting, in my opinion. I remember a show called Hunter, but I never watched it. I'm not a fan of Tom Selleck. My mother now, that's her favorite actor is Tom Selleck. Of the actors now, anyway. That's my mom's favorite. As an odd one, I like the guy who played Higgins. In Magnum PI. Sandy, I don't remember him. I just looked him up on Google, so. Yeah, you made me look. BJ and the Bear. Robert Urich. John Forsythe. Oh, okay, Sandy. I recall the show again. It was not one I ever really see. Lena Majors, no, that one doesn't do anything for me. That's okay, Mary. I thought I was losing mine for a moment a while back. Now, Burt Reynolds is another one I'm really not. I don't personally see what makes him such the eye candy. There you go, Kimmy. There's my Jolene. Yes, I've got my pit bull and my tuna. I've got them both here at once. Good morning, afternoon, sweetheart. How are you? Mila, it's so fantastic to have you in here, Jolene. I have missed you, sweetheart. My life feels complete. I got my tuna and the pit bull. My two mods extraordinaire. I think as soon as I finish this row, I'll probably look at heading off. Yeah, she's been doing a fantastic job, Jolene. But once I get this road done, I think I will head off. It's a little over an hour. I'll go make myself my tomato sandwich for lunch and decide what I'm going to do for the rest of the afternoon. See if maybe I can find a movie to watch. The only thing is, Tina, is I'm limited as to what I can watch because the only streaming I have is Hulu. I could look on YouTube. That's where I found Chitty Chitty Bang Bang yesterday. Sandy, one of those shawls, or is that the hook you lost? I can deal with ads, no problem. Anyone wants to drop their channel before we call it a wrap, go ahead and type the word wrench, WRENCH. Exactly, Jolene. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sandy. Maybe start another bag again or another tote type thing. Two more stitches. I lost track of how many rows I've done on this during the live. All right. Exactly, Jolene. So everyone, you have yourselves a fantastic afternoon. Know that I love y'all. Hugs and smooches from Mama Wench. Bye. Poof in 3, 2, 1.